Hello world, J-Bob the video game slob here, coming back at you once again from the basement lair in the freezing cold weather to show you some random junk that I picked up and nearly got killed buying. But that's the fun of this channel, is I put myself in danger so that you don't have to. So learn from me and don't do the things that J-Bob does. So here's another one of these deals where somebody wanted me to meet them at their house. And so if you don't know how, comment below and I'll tell you how to do these things. Or maybe I'll do a video on the specifics of it if you really want to. But if somebody gives you their house and they're a homeowner and it's not a rental or something like this, you can tell what their name is. And then you can put their name into your local court, state, city, county, whatever it is, database, and then see what they've done. And so this was bought from somebody, again, who had committed violent crimes and had a litany of drug crimes as well. But they were all more than a decade ago. And, of course, I eventually talked the person into meeting me in public. And he brought his wife or girlfriend or fiance and kids. So it ended up being pretty cool, but extensive criminal background. So don't always let that scare you away from people. But on the other hand, if you're going to meet with people, always good to know the background. Make sure you're safe. Make sure you're prepared. Know what you're getting into. That's just my 2 cents. But anyway, I paid $60 for this Nintendo 64 stuff that you're about to see. So these transfer packs, I haven't sold one of these in a while. I think they were kind of like $10 retail. But usually they're pretty hard to get anything out of locally. So that'll probably just get added to the pile. That's what usually happens. Mario Kart trending at $41 and some change at the point of this recording. And GoldenEye, even in crappy condition, sells locally for $10 to $15 in this shape. So I really won't have much trouble getting anything out of that. As you know, I kind of have an extensive 64 pile of craptacular games. And so I think Wheel of Fortune might be a $5 game if I'm lucky. But the wrestling and the football, that won't go anywhere. I think right now video game stores are asking $50 to $55 for these. So I think $45 with the replacement top wouldn't be a ridiculous price. So that's kind of where I'm at on that. I'll pair it with the gray controller. As you can see, it's got some pretty decent stiffness left to it. So, and I've already, wiped all these down with alcohol and that kind of stuff. This is just one of these craptacular controllers. I don't own any of these, and they don't really have any value. So unless somebody says they're going to pay me $5 or more for one of these, because I think they're maybe $10 new, this is just going to get added to the pile as something that I don't have. That's just kind of interesting. We'll pass along all the cords. Nobody wants to see anything about that. The Atomic Purple has some play in it. You can see if I just push it, you can push it. But it's pretty snappy. I don't know. I'd give it 6, 7 out of 10. And it's official. So I should be able to easily get $15 out of that. I went to GameStop. You'll see some pickups later. Actually was able to do a little successful junkifying. And so there's a little Far Cry box. I have a giant pile of these somewhere under a futon that I picked up a long time ago. It's been a while since they had anything that they could junkify to me. So Tom Clancy's The Division 2, Far Cry. I actually do like the Far Cry games, so I like seeing that stuff. The Kingdom Hearts 3, obviously a lot of people like Kingdom Hearts 3, so cool to have that poster. And finally, Anthem, the game that sparked the rebirth of Titanfall 2. So those are just kind of fun things that when you're at a GameStop, if the employees can hook you up with, always kind of nice. I picked up another free milk crate. Again, I know I could probably get these for free if I just steal them or whatever. And I'm sure many people do, as I find a place to put that out of the way. But I don't like to steal things, so I always just get them for free when I can. Palm Pilot backup card. Have no idea what this is. It says it's an SD card, but it doesn't say like a memory amount. So I don't know. I'll have to look into this more. Oh, I guess it does. 8 megabytes on the back. But Yeah, who was using Palm at this time? So 8 megabytes. This is like PS2 era. But anyway, I just searched the basic Palm memory card on eBay. I didn't find any results, but that was free, so that's kind of cool. So here we go. I'm kind of getting to the thing that I think is the coolest. I picked up a ton of these today. So these are Sony and various other brands microcassette recorders. I have a bunch of cassettes in there. Here's an eraser, which is pretty cool. But just, I don't even know how many of these there are. I'm going to have to sort through these, go on eBay. I think I've talked about these before. Again, I paid nothing for these, but generally, they individually have value, but as a lot, I'm sure I'm not going to have trouble selling them. And so, hopefully, by the time this video goes live, so I think I'm 3 weeks or a month or something out with videos, I'd be able to tell you if I sold them or not. The problem is I need to get off my butt and get these things posted online. And tomorrow's Valentine's Day, so I don't know how likely that is. I also work both jobs tomorrow, so I don't know. But those are always pretty cool. Good for a couple extra bucks. Okay, here is the coolest thing that I added to my collection in a while. LGR did a video on these a while back, and I saw recently Nintendo did a video on these, so shout out to those channels. If you haven't watched them, definitely sub them up, check that out. But if this might be a little bit of a giveaway, that this is something unique. And so this is a Nintendo 64. It is not a 64, it just has that looks like a 64, is the color scheme of a 64, but it's obviously for the PC. Was not made by Nintendo, but it was licensed by Nintendo. A joystick. And so you just don't see these very often. This is the first time I've ever come across one. As somebody with a full Nintendo 64 set, having an accessory like this, very cool. I paid $10 for this. It came from a local flea market. A buddy of mine who watches out for things. He was the guy that I said in the previous video I picked up the He-Man stuff for. I didn't end up getting that on tape, which is pretty cool. It was boxed He-Man stuff. I don't come across that. I really should have got that on tape. But he got this for me for $10. So very happy to have it. He actually said, because we go out and hunt sometimes, that somebody in my area that hunts video games that I've met before in his presence saw it and just didn't get to it before he did. So very cool to win this little trophy, that little prize, and add it to my collection. So that was pretty cool. So back to GameStop. So GameStop is doing a 4 for $10 and $5.99 and below games. So I picked up 4 games, which with my 20% off discount was $8, so $2 a game. But when I was in store, I found out that they were doing 50% off clearance. So I picked up a $10.50 gift pack for Magic the Gathering. The reason I did that is these 5 cards are exclusive to this set, and there are 4 packs inside. So as long as the packs always retain $2.50 in value, if any of these cards spike, I'm doing okay. Comes with a die. It comes with 5 foil lands as well. And Rampaging Brontodon, I think, is maybe the most expensive one or the most interesting one at this time. So I picked those up. I am going to try to sell them. But, I just think that even if it goes to the long term, I don't know. I'm not going to be out that much. So, again, these Challenger decks, these are something new. This is from the first run of them. I don't know if they'll make more Challenger decks. This isn't really the deck to have. You really want the red deck. It has the most value, but it was the only one they had on the clearance, and so I just picked it up. So, Wacky World of Sports by Sega. Just had really cool art. It's by Sega. It's on the Wii. I didn't have it. It looked like, I think it was about a $7 to $8 game on price charting. So a Wii game with some value for $2. I figured that was a no-brainer. You got to pick that up. Knights, I really don't know is worth more than $2, but I'm going to spec on it at $2 as part of the deal because I needed 4 to get my other games cheap. So I did that. Another game that I think is worth maybe $6 or $7, NHL Slapshot. I didn't have it, so I figured it was a good time to pick up because I picked up a lot of Wii Sports games and a lot of Wii lots, and if I haven't come across it, it can't be that common. And it just looked really fun. So there you go. Picked that up. When I was there, they hooked me up with this Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know, is this a pillowcase? I have no idea what this is. But they asked me if I wanted it, so I said yes. So there you go. I got that. They had 2 of these, so I picked up a second gift pack. Nothing different there. I just picked up 2 of them. Another Challenger deck. This is the Vehicle Rush deck. I think this has a lot of flair to it. It doesn't have a lot of value right now. But at 50% off, I think it was a good time to maybe get in on it. I don't know. We'll see if they move or not, but just sealed Magic products don't ever seem to really lose value. Speaking of not losing value, $2 for a Metroid game. I can't imagine it will ever be worth less than $2. So I think I did okay there. If I haven't shown off the collections by now, I have a massive card game, board game set. And so these were all 50% off as well. $5. And triple points on top of that. So God only knows how many dozens or maybe up to $100 in free games I really need to cash in. But there you go. Some kind of card game for Call of Duty Black Ops. Didn't have it. $5 I'm in. Probably overpaid here. $13 for the Mario Kart Gamer Monopoly sealed. But I just figured it was time to get it. I don't know if I'm going to see it cheaper than $13. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but I'm not going to be too sad. If it was at a garage sale for $13, I figured, yeah, I'd probably buy it. I'd probably give it a good chance. Coming up on 12 minutes, so I'm going to close this out. On a $10 Call of Duty Black Ops Monopoly. Again, $10 for a sealed copy. If I was at a garage sale, would I buy it? I'd buy it. I have no idea what makes this different. I know nothing about it, but I just have a serious board game, video game collection, and I splurged and spent like $30 I probably shouldn't have. But there you go. So, J-Bob, he's out. If you have any comments about some board games that are based on video games, leave them in the comments. Maybe I'm missing some, but I always like to pick them up when I can find them. Peace.